Hello, this is Mr. Kinyanola, and I'm going to teach you 4 facts about parallel lines and transversals. So, just make sure that these facts are only facts if you have a pair of parallel lines. Remember, parallel lines are lines that don't intersect and have the same slope, and a transversal, so a line that intersects two other lines. So it doesn't work if the lines are like this and we have a transversal. It only works if the lines are parallel and you have a transversal that intersects both parallel lines. Alright, so a few things that you're going to need. You're going to need a pen, you're going to need a highlighter, and you're going to need one of these, the ruler of angles, or a protractor. It doesn't really rule angles, it measures angles. So a protractor. And I'll show you guys how to use this. So everyone, take out your notebooks and title it Parallel Lines and Transversals. So we'll be learning about parallel lines, and if you notice that these two lines here have arrows stating that this line is going the same direction as this line and will never intersect and has the same slope. So one arrow to one arrow means they're parallel, and this only works, what we're going to learn today only works if these lines are parallel. So we're going to learn 4 facts. So get your pens, title your notebooks, parallel lines and transversals, get a protractor and a highlighter. Okay, so press pause, draw this in your notebooks, label it A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and after you're done drawing that, unpause it, and let's write corresponding and let's zoom in just a little. So corresponding angles are. Okay, so, and we'll just leave that blank. Right now, let's identify all of the corresponding angles. So remember, corresponding angles means same position. So let's start with A. A's corresponding angle. A is above the line and to the left of a line. So it's A and E. So let's write angle A and angle E. Let's put angle B and angle F are also corresponding. And angle F. Okay, what else is another pair of corresponding angles? Angle D is below the transversal and to the left of one of the parallel lines, and angle G is in the same position below and to the left. So let's write angle D and, angle H, not G. And the last pair of corresponding angles are angle C and angle G. Okay, so let's see what's the deal with these pairs of angles, and maybe we'll see a pattern that will help us draw a conclusion. So take your ruler of angles, aka a protractor, and we're going to measure angle A. So how we do that, if you notice, so here is, okay, a protractor's a semicircle, half of a circle, and here's that center of the circle. We're going to place that center of the circle on the vertex, so where these two lines here meet on angle A. And so we'll put it right there, and then we'll also line up this horizontal line with this horizontal line right there. So then there we go. And then let's zoom in and see what the measure is of angle A. So it looks like angle A is, so here's 0 degrees, and then the blue line goes right through that 50 degrees. So angle A is 50 degrees. So let's actually put equals 50 degrees. Now let's measure angle E, because angle E is its corresponding angle. And we'll put the center right there of where the 90 goes down on the vertex of our angle. So from 0 all the way up to 50 degrees. It's also 50 degrees. So what do we notice about A and E, that pair of corresponding angles? They are the same measure, or they are congruent. So here is the symbol for congruent, or let's just put it in parentheses just in case you forget. So remember, congruent means same measure. They have equal measures, so they are congruent. Let's measure the other angle. So let's measure angle B. Okay, so we could still put it there, and the center right there. And if we notice, so we'll start off from 0, right here is the 0, all the way to where angle B's blue line is. It's not 50 degrees. Okay, so we start off at this inner 0, so we'll stay in that inner arc right there. It's 130 degrees. So angle B is 130. And you could have figured that out without a protractor too, because these two angles right here are supplementary. So we could have just subtracted 50 from 180. We could have gotten 130. And by that same logic, we don't really have to use a protractor for angle F. Angle F is also 130 degrees because it's supplementary to angle E. So what do we notice about angle B and F? They're both 130 degrees, so they are also congruent. Alright, so angle B and F are congruent. So you may start drawing a conclusion about corresponding angles, but let's just make sure. Let's look at angle D and angle H. Let's try to figure out what angle D is. And if we look at angle D, we don't even need a protractor because we have two options. Angle D is supplementary to angle A. 180 minus 50 is 130. Or angle D is vertical to angle B. So that means they're the same, they're congruent also. So angle D is 130 degrees. Let's look at its corresponding angle, angle H. Angle H is vertical to angle F. And what we know about vertical angles, they are congruent. So angle H is 130 degrees also. So what do we notice about this pair of corresponding angles, angle D and angle H? They have the same measure, so they are also congruent, both 130 degrees. Let's look at angle C. Angle C is vertical to angle A, so angle C has to be 50 degrees. Angle G is vertical to angle E, and it's also supplementary to angle F, so angle G is also 50 degrees. So what's the deal with angle C and angle G, these two corresponding angles? They are also congruent. So we looked at all four pairs of corresponding angles. So what can we conclude? That when lines are parallel. Okay, so let's write when lines, sorry, I forgot to tell you guys to write this at the beginning. When lines are parallel, or you can just write the two lines symbol for parallel. When lines are parallel, corresponding angles are congruent. Okay, so we got that, and that's pretty important. So write that in your notebooks, and let's highlight that. So when lines are parallel, corresponding angles are congruent. Okay, that's fact number 1. So, fact number 1. Let's look at fact number 2. Okay, so also when lines are parallel, let's look at alternate interior angles are. So let's first look at which angles are alternate interior angles. So on the inside, so on the interior of the two parallel lines, and which ones are on alternate sides of the transversal. So angle B and angle H, angle B and angle H, and angle C and angle E are alternate interior angles. And what do we notice about them? Angle B is 130, angle H is 130 degrees, Angle C is 50 degrees and angle E is 50 degrees. So they're both congruent. All the alternate interior angles are congruent when these lines are parallel. So what do we notice? What can we conclude? Alternate interior angles are also congruent when lines are parallel. All right, that's fact number 2. Okay, fact number 3. Let's look at fact number 3. Let's look at alternate exterior angles are. Okay, so first let's recognize, let's look at which angles are alternate exterior angles. Angle A is on the exterior, and what's its alternate exterior angle? Angle G. It's on the exterior on the other side of the transversal. So angle A and angle G. And we have angle D and angle F are alternate exterior angles. And let's look at their measurements. Angle A is 50 degrees. So angle G is 50 degrees. So they're congruent. Angle D is 130 degrees and angle F is 130 degrees. So all alternate interior angles are congruent. So we can write fact number 3, alternate interior angles are congruent. So that pair of angles are also congruent. Okay, and the last pair, same side interior angles, or consecutive interior, whichever one you'd like to say. I like saying consecutive interior because it makes me sound smarter, but if you want to use same side, then go for it. Okay, so let's compare. Well, let's first state which ones are same side interior angles. Angle B and angle E are on the same side of the transversal, and they are in the interior. So we got angle B and angle E, and we've got angle C and angle H. So what is the deal with angle B and E? So B and E, they are not congruent. This angle B is 130 degrees, angle E is 50 degrees, so we're not going to say that they're congruent. But what do these two add up to? 180 degrees. So what's true about angle B and E? They add, so angle B and E are, what kind of angles add up to 180? Supplementary. And then let's see if that's consistent with the other pair of alternate interior, or sorry, same side interior or consecutive interior, C and H. These two also, their sum is 180 degrees, so they are also supplementary. So what's our conclusion about same side interior angles? They are supplementary, and hopefully that fits on your piece of paper. So let's highlight that one. So just remember, which one's the different one? The same side interior. Well, remember that, look, there's an S. Same side, supplementary. Same side, supplementary. All the other ones, corresponding angles, congruent. Alternate interior angles, congruent. Alternate exterior angles, congruent. But same side, supplementary. Okay? Let's do some examples so that we could put this stuff into action and we could apply it. So, first, state the angle pair relationship. So we have this angle right here that's above the line and to the left of the transversal, above to the left. So first part, what kind of angles are they? Corresponding angles. It seems like my camera is kind of shaking. It looks like there's an earthquake going on. I don't know what's going on. There's no earthquake. Hopefully not. And find the missing angle. Well, they're corresponding, and we know that these two lines are parallel because these two have this angle or this line has two arrows and this has the same amount of arrows, so that means these two lines are parallel. So what do we know about corresponding angles when the lines are parallel? They are congruent. So part B, question mark, is equal to 58 degrees. All right. State the angle pair relationship. So we got this, both of these angles are on the interior and they're on alternate sides of this transversal. So part A. Oh yeah, press pause, by the way. Put this in your notebooks. Make sure that you're able to do this. Then unpause once you're done. So these are alternates. If you don't want to spell alternate, here's alternate interior angles. And part B, we know that these two lines are parallel. One arrow, same number of arrows. If this had 3 arrows, this would be parallel. If this had 3 arrows, if it had 20 arrows, we know that the lines are parallel. Find the missing angle. Alternate interior angles. What's true about alternate interior angles when lines are parallel? They're congruent. So question mark angle is also 50 degrees. Easy peasy. All right. Now, we got an X here. Find the angle pair relationship. So part A. Both of these are on the interior and they're on the same side of that transversal. So same side interior angles. Find the value of X. So what do we know about same side interior angles? Don't say that they're congruent. Remember, S, same side supplementary. What do we know about supplementary angles? They add up to 180 degrees. So let's add up these to 180 degrees. So we got this X plus 82 plus the other angle, which is 105, equals 180 degrees. Let's do some math over here. Oh, this might look kind of weird. Okay, so we've got so let's combine these like terms. 82 plus 105 is 187, and we've got X plus 187. Now let's subtract this 187 from both sides. And so X equals -7. Not degrees, just because, yeah, not degrees, -7. And so X equals, yeah, -7. How do we check that? Let's plug it in. If we plugged in -7 plus 82, that would be 75 degrees. And so 75 plus 105 would make these two angles supplementary. So X is our answer. Same side supplementary. All right, and the last one states the angle pair relationship. So let's look at these two angles. They are on the exterior of the two parallel lines. We know they're parallel. 2 triangles, 2 arrows right here, 2 arrows. And what do we know about? And so yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying right now. So what kind of angles are these? These are alternate, and they're on the exterior angles. And what do we know about alternate exterior angles? They are congruent. So how do we set this up? That means that the two angles have equal measures. So let's use an equal sign. 50 is equal to 11x plus 6, because one of the 4 facts is that alternate interior angles are congruent. So congruent means equal measures. So let's set these equal to each other. And let's do some algebra. Let's subtract 6 from both sides. 50 minus 6 is 44, is equal to 11x. And the last step, we'll divide by 11 on both sides. So x is equal to 4. How do we know that's correct? Let's plug it in. 11 times 4 plus 6. 11 times 4 is 44. Plus 6 is 50. So look at that. These alternate exterior angles, when these lines are parallel, have the same measure, they're congruent. So we know that the final answer is 4. There you go. So 4 facts, just remember them. 3 of them are congruent. The corresponding angles are congruent. Alternate interior angles are congruent. Alternate exterior angles are congruent. However, the one different one, it's okay to be different. Same side interior angles are supplementary. Remember the S. Like snake. Same side supplementary angles are supplementary. Remember, this only works when lines are parallel. So use this information so you can really know this stuff, and you can get an A in life. All right. Thanks. Have a nice day.